Hello, in this video we will be creating the goal. Alright, we're going to start by creating a new folder in scenes called objects. Add a new sprite scene and rename it to goal. Navigate to Assets, Sprites, and select the goal PNG, then drag it into the texture field in the inspector. We're going to add an area 2D to the scene, rename that to goal area. Then add a collision shape 2D child node to the goal area. Add a rectangle shape and fit the shape to the sprite. We're going to save this under Scenes, Objects. Next, we will add an animation player to the scene. Rename it to Annie. Let's create a new animation. We're going to call it Spin. We're going to change the length of our animation to 3 seconds. Now go ahead and select the goal node. We're going to head over to the transform, and we're going to select rotation, the little key next to it, to start our animation. Go ahead and hit create. That'll be our first frame, and then we'll select the last frame. We'll set our rotation to 360 degrees, and we'll key it right there. Let's go ahead and play our animation. We'll see that it rotates, which will give it a bit of juice. Now we're going to set auto start on this animation so that it'll play automatically, and we're going to set it to loop so that it'll continuously play. Let's go ahead and add a script to the goal. We're going to save it under Scripts. We're going to create a new folder called Objects. Create a variable called goal entered and set it to false. Next, select the goal area, and we're going to connect a signal to it. Inside the new function, let's type if area dot is in group ball goal entered equals true. When we create our first level and add the goal, we will use this signal to trigger the code that transports the player to the next level. Let's head back over to our level 1 scene and start designing the first level. Our goal will be placed in the top right corner, so we'll have to stack the blocks in such a way that will allow the player to make it there. Now that we have a decent level designed, we can instance the goal into level 1 scene. To do so, we will click on the chain icon above level 1 scene parent node, select the goal scene, then select open. Now let's place the goal in the top right corner of the level. I like to place things in a scene using the transport's properties for X and Y, but you can drag it into the scene if you would like. Let's run the scene, and there it is. Great. Now we must add a script to the level 1 scene. We will save this in Scripts, Levels. Let's add a timer node to our scene. Rename it to Change Scene Timer. And then head over to the Node tab. Connect the timeout signal to our level 1 scene. The timer will be used to help provide a smoother transition between the levels. It will be called when the player reaches the goal, and upon the timeout, the scene will be changed. Time to write our level 1 script. Let's start by adding onReady vars for our goal and change scene timer. We will also create a variable, timer called equals false. Now, in the process function, let's type if goal dot goal entered, if not, timer called, change scene timer dot start. Timer called equals true. Before we can test this out, we have to make a quick draft of our level 2 scene. Go ahead and instance our blocks and the ball. Save it in Scenes, Levels. Finally, we will handle what happens when the timer times out. Let's type getTree dot change scene to file and then select the level 2 scene. Great, now we can test it out. We're going to make our way to the top right corner, and once we hit that goal, we'll be transported after the timer times out. Okay, cool. So now when we enter the goal area, we will be transported to the next level. In the following video, we will be adding an animated scene transition. Till next time.